حضورنا الكرام، الآن لحظة وصول صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير فيصل ابن بندر ابن عبد العزيز آل سعود أمير منطقة الرياض. Esteemed guests, this is the arrival of His Royal Highness Prince Faisal ibn Bandar ibn Abdul Aziz Al Saud, Governor of Riyadh Region. السلام الملكي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Her Majesty Queen Sophia, member of the Prince Talal International Prize for Human Development Committee, His Royal Highness Prince Faisal ibn Bandar ibn Abdul Aziz Al Saud, Governor of Riyadh Region, His Royal Highness Prince Abdul Aziz ibn Talal ibn Abdul Aziz Al Saud, Chairman of ACFund Board of Directors and Prize Committee, Your Royal Highnesses, Your Excellencies, the committee members of Prince Talal International Prize for Human Development, Excellencies, the board members of the Arab Gulf Program for Development ACFund, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors and representatives of the organizations, esteemed prize winners, honorable guests, welcome to Prince Talal International Prize Award Ceremony. Tonight, we gather to not only celebrate a significant milestone, but to honor the unwavering commitment to human development that has been thrived over the past 25 years. The Prince Talal International Prize for Human Development, illuminating the path towards achieving life on land. This is the 15th goal of the UN Agenda for Sustainable Development. This prize, established through the visionary efforts of the late His Royal Highness Prince Talal ibn Abdul Aziz Al Saud, rahmatullah alayh, with the unwavering support of the GCC leaders, has been a catalyst for humanitarian and development work since ACFund inception in 1980. As we reflect on the journey of the past 25 years, let's take a moment to appreciate the magnitude of what has been accomplished. The Prince Talal International Prize has garnered attention worldwide with a remarkable 2,077 projects nominated from across the globe. Each nomination represents a story, a vision, and an effort to create meaningful change. Among these, 87 projects have earned the honor of winning, showcasing the diverse and innovative approaches to development. We are reminded that our journey has taken us to remarkable places: Switzerland, France, India, Tunisia, South Africa, Poland, Argentina, Turkey, Malaysia, the Philippines, Uruguay, Morocco, Egypt, and now, ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time, we proudly host you at this ceremony here at the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, at the vibrant capital, Riyadh. So welcome one, welcome all, what a momentum. And now, esteemed guests, the spotlight will shine on a dazzling moment as we welcome the students of MLS for a live performance. Welcome them. A big round of applause. MLS students, the stage is yours.
There is no planet B. There is no planet B. There is no planet B. Listen to me, to us, to the truth staring you in the face. You walk past me, glued to your screens, while the earth cracks beneath your feet. You rush to meetings, chasing the future. But what future is there if we bury the present? There's no planet B. There's no planet B. There's no planet B.
Riyadh, can you hear me? New York, Tokyo, London, will you wake up? Will you see the deserts expanding, the green fading, or will your lights blind you to the fires raging, to the trees falling, to the land crying out? We're running out of time.
I didn't see it before, too caught up in my world. Deadlines, expectations, noise. But now I hear it. The whispers of the land, begging for mercy, pleading for care. It's so easy to pretend it's not my problem, to think someone else will fix it, but this land, this earth, is not theirs alone. It belongs to me, to you, to us. You're right, there is no planet B. It's time we stop running from the truth and start running towards our solution. There's no planet B. There's no planet B. There's no planet B.
Enough of the silence, enough of the excuses. The earth has been patient, but patience has a limit. Now is the time to rise, to speak, to act. We don't need miracles, we need hands planting seeds, voices demanding justice, hearts burning with courage. Look around you, the land is alive, but it cannot breathe without our care. Here in Riyadh, in this desert we call home, how can we ignore what gives us life? Today we change that. Today we listen. Today we become makers of the future.
Riyadh, London, Tokyo.
Let our actions echo louder than your busiest streets.
To every leader, every citizen, every child, this is not a plea, this is a promise.
Together we will save the only home we have.
There's no planet B. There's no planet B. There's no planet B. The time is now.
heard them. The message is clear. There is no planet B, and the time is now indeed. Thank you, MLS students, for getting our event off to a great, dazzling start. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to officially open our proceedings, please join me in welcoming His Excellency Dr. Nasser Al-Qahtani, the Executive Director of Ag Fund, to deliver his welcoming remarks. Welcome, Dr. Nasser. The stage is yours.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. جلالة الملكة صوفيا صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير فيصل بن بندر أمير منطقة الرياض، صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير عبد العزيز بن طلال بن عبد العزيز آل سعود رئيس الأج فند ورئيس جائزة الأمير طلال، صاحبات السمو وأصحاب السمو، أصحاب المعالي والفضيلة والسعادة، الحضور الكريم، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مجدداً نلتقي في احتفالية أخرى لجائزة الأمير طلال الدولية للتنمية البشرية، وبحضوركم الليلة يكتسي حفلنا حلة تزهو بها، وأنتم على اختلاف مقامكم الكريم شهود على ما خلصنا إليه خلال عام من التنقيب التنموي بالوصول إلى مشاريع استوفت الاشتراطات الحازمة والمعايير الدقيقة، فاستحقت لقب الفائز بجائزة الأمير طلال الدولية، فالتهنئة للفائزين. وإقامة هذه الحفل في الرياض له معاني كبيرة لدينا، فالمملكة العربية السعودية مع شقيقتها الخليجيات أيدوا مبادرة الراحل صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير طلال بن عبد العزيز رحمه الله لتأسيس أج فند، وهي تحتضن مقر أج فند وتوفر تسهيلات الواسعة لأداء رسالته ونشاطاته. وأيضاً احتفالنا يأتي متزامناً مع مؤتمر الأطراف في اتفاقية الأمم المتحدة لمكافحة التصحر كاب 16 الذي تستضيفه المملكة، ونقيم حفلنا هذا في أجواء الحضور الأممي الأوسع. وهذا الحفل بالذات له مكانة خاصة في قلوبنا، كونه تتوافق مع مرور 25 عاماً منذ تأسيس جائزة الأمير طلال الدولية. فاليوم يقترب أج فند من العقد الخامس من عمره، فيما أحد أبنائه يكمل عامه ال25 ويحقق إضافة نوعية ومميزة مع المؤسسات الشقيقة التي أنشأها: المجلس العربي للطفولة، ومركز المرأة العربي للتدريب والبحوث، والشبكة العربية للمنظمات الأهلية، والجامعة العربية المفتوحة، وبنوك أج فند للشمول المالي. كم هو مميزاً وثمين لقب حامل جائزة الأمير طلال الدولية، الذي يمنح صفة الريادة والإبداع الملتزم بتحقيق استدامة التنمية، ويجعل الفائز محط الأنظار في أنحاء العالم. ومن أراد الازدياد عن الجائزة فأدبياتها متوفرة، والمشاريع الفائزة تتحدث عن نفسها في ما تتابعونه الليلة وفي المعرض المصاحب لهذا الحفل. الحضور الكريم، إن موضوع الجائزة الذي تنافست عليه المشاريع الفائزة هو الحياة في البر، الهدف الخامس من أهداف التنمية المستدامة، واختيار هذا الموضوع له مغزى وقصة تروى. فهذا الموضوع جزء رئيسي في الهم العالمي الذي باث مثار قلق كبير وهاجس يعلم التنمويين أبعاده ومخاطره، وهو التصحر. أحد تداعيات التغير المناخي التي تندرج منه قضايا عديدة أصبحت مشكلة وجودية للجنس البشري. ومؤتمر كاب 16 المتواصل لمدة 10 أيام هو مظهر قوي للحراك والتداعي الأممي لمواجهة مخاطر التصحر الناجمة عن التغير المناخي في أوضح أسبابه. وفضلاً عن التجمع الذي يتفاعل الآن في الرياض، فهناك نشاط واسع لتحقيق الجهود والتشارك. والمملكة العربية السعودية لم تبادر للتوقيع على البروتوكول الأممي فحسب، بل توقيع مع الالتزام نرى نتائج نلمسها في السياسات والأنظمة والقرارات ورؤية 2030. كانت رؤيتنا تعظيم أهمية استضافة كوب 16، وهذا توجيه سمو الأمير عبد العزيز بن طلال لأن نقوم بتعظيم هذه الاستفادة طال صغار المزارعين، نشير على سبيل إلى الاستحقاق المعروف بالائتمان الكربوني كربون كريدت، الذي يهدف إلى تشجيع الحد من انبعاث الكربون. ونتساءل مع كثيرون ما نصيب صغار المزارعين من هذا الاستحقاق، وهو الأكثر تحقيقا لمتطلبات حماية البيئة. أهمية ما نطرحه ونلح عليه بشأن التغيير المناخي نابعة من حقيقة أن الأرض هي الأساس، والأسلوب العملي العقلاني في التعامل مع الظواهر المؤثرة على الأرض يساعد في حماية كثير من مكونات كوكبنا، وبالتالي حماية الإنسان، وفي زيادة الإنتاج الزراعي التي لا تتحقق سوى بالاستثمار في أولئك الذي يوفرون 70% من احتياجات العالم للغذاء، وهم صغار المزارعين، فنعينهم على جعل زراعتهم مستدامة. هكذا الخطى متناغمة، فتوجهات جائزة الأمير طلال الدولية نابعة من استراتيجية الأكفند ورسالته المتفاعلة مع حقائق استدامة التنمية. ولذلك فالجائزة حضورها في كل فعل تنموي، ونحن في أكفند كما هي لجنة الجائزة برئاسة سمو الأمير عبد العزيز بن طلال وأعضاء اللجنة الموقرين حريصين على السير المميز للجائزة خلال 25 عاما والبناء عليها. قبل الختام نود أن نلفت نظر شركائنا والجهات المعنية بالترشيح إلى أن موضوع الجائزة الحالي هو الحياة تحت الماء، الهدف الرابع عشر من أجندة التنمية المستدامة، وآخر موعد لتقديم الترشيحات هو 15 يناير. شكرا لحضوركم، ومعا نهني الفائزين بجائزة الأمير طلال الدولية، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
شكرا لك دكتور ناصر على هذه الكلمة، ملهمة بمضمونها ومهمة بأرقامها أيضا، وأثرها وتأثيرها بلا شك في أرجاء العالم. AgFund's unwavering commitment to changing lives and creating hope in communities that need it the most is truly inspiring. Let's take a moment to return to where it all began. Each story behind the winning project speaks volume about resilience and the profound impact of compassion. Watch the video and feel the emotions woven into these remarkable stories.
This moment has been immortalized in the history of international awards.
لأول مرة تقدم هذه الجوائز في مقر الأوروبي للأمم المتحدة في جنيف. أعتقد أنها هذه من أهم المناسبات التي أنا حضرتها في أوروبا أو في الغرب عموما لتحريك أمرا عربيا خاص بالتنمية في دولة أوروبية. أعتقد أنها مناسبة جيدة.
أنني أعتبر جائزة سمو الأمير طلال بن عبد العزيز حدثاً هاماً جداً في حياة الأمم المتحدة.
Marking a significant step in a long journey to provide the world with tools to explore successful development projects, honor them, and promote innovative ideas. In 1999, the initial launch of the Prince Talal International Prize for Human Development shifted the focus toward investing in people and supporting the key pillars of human development for sustainability. Today, we reflect on our efforts, successes, and aspirations for the future of humanity, concerns championed by the prize's founder from the very beginning.
الإنسان هو الإنسان بكل مكان حيث وجد.
To advance human development concepts, replicate successful project experiences, improve living conditions for underserved communities, and find innovative solutions. The Arab Gulf Program for Development, AgFund, launched the prize in 1999. This initiative embodies AgFund commitment to developmental work and sustainability through investment in human beings. Initially valued at $300,000 and distributed across 3 categories, The prize's total value increased to $500,000 in 2009, with the addition of a fourth category for public agency projects. In 2017, during its 18th meeting, the prize committee aligned its themes with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2030, doubling the prize value to $1 million and changing its name to the Prince Talal International Prize for Human Development.
As you all know, this prestigious prize has become a mechanism to identify and reward successful human development projects with special
The video ended, but the story never ending. That was truly inspiring, absolutely, going back to the year 1999. These initiatives, ladies and gentlemen, have not only transformed lives, but also ignited dreams and aspirations for a better future. Building upon this momentum, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz ibn Talal ibn Abdulaziz Al Saud, Chairman of ACFund Board of Directors and the Prize Committee. Your Royal Highness, the stage is all yours.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير فيصل بن بندر بن عبد العزيز أمير منطقة الرياض، جلالة الملكة صوفيا، أصحاب السمو والفخامة، أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، الحضور الكريم، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يسعدني أن أرحب بكم في الرياض وأشكر كرم حضوركم ومشاركتنا الليلة الاحتفال بتسليم جائزة الأمير طلال الدولية للتنمية البشرية، وتكريم من أسهموا في تصميم وتنفيذ مشاريع توافقت مع معايير الجائزة في تحقيق الاستدامة والتنمية والابتكار. ونهنئ ممثلي المشاريع الأربعة الفائزة، ونأمل أن تتوسع تجارب مشاريعهم إلى مجتمعات أخرى ليعم خيرها الجميع. ومن المفرح لنا أن تتزامن احتفاليتنا الليلة مع الذكرى 25 لانطلاقة جائزة الأمير طلال الدولية، والتي تزيد حصيلتها في كل عام ولله الحمد، بما يثري حقول التنمية المستدامة بمشاريع قوامها الإبداع والابتكار. فشكرا لكل من أسهم بوقته وجهده في تأسيس وبناء هذه الجائزة، التي نأمل أن تكون مساهما رئيسا في تحسين حياة البشر حول العالم. إن موضوع الجائزة الذي تنافست حوله المشاريع الفائزة في هذه الدورة كان الحياة في البر، وهو أحد قضايا الساعة، ويأتي في الترتيب 15 بين أهداف الأجندة الأممية التي توافقت عليها الدول وتعمل على تحقيقها تحت مسمى أهداف التنمية المستدامة 2030. الحضور الكريم، إننا في برنامج الخليج العربي للتنمية أكفند وجائزة الأمير طلال الدولية مستبشرون بأن توجه الجائزة في هذه الدورة 24 التي توافق الحدث التنموي الكبير الذي يقام هذه الأيام هنا في الرياض، وهو أعمال الدورة 16 للأطراف في اتفاقية الأمم المتحدة لمكافحة التصحر كوب 16. كما نبارك لخادم الحرمين الشريفين الملك سلمان بن عبد العزيز وسمو ولي العهد صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير محمد بن سلمان رئيس مجلس الوزراء حفظهم الله انتخاب المملكة العربية السعودية رسميا رئيسا لمؤتمر الأطراف لمدة 2 عام لدفع العمل الدولي بشأن إعادة تأهيل الأراضي واستصلاحها واستعادة خصوبتها وحيويتها ومقاومة التصحر والجفاف. كما أتوجه بالشكر الجزيل على ما توليه قيادة المملكة من رعاية ودعم للمبادرات والمشاريع التي تهدف لضمان تخفيض الانبعاثات الكربونية والاعتماد على الطاقة النظيفة وتنمية الغطاء الأخضر، وعلى رأس ذلك مبادرة السعودية الخضراء ومبادرة الشرق الأوسط الأخضر، والتي تسعى إلى زراعة 10 مليارات شجرة في المملكة و50 مليار شجرة في المنطقة. وكلنا ثقة أن رئاسة المملكة لمؤتمر الأطراف ستكون دافعاً له لتحقيق أهدافه وكتابة سجل حافل بالإنجازات. وتقديرنا أن الموضوعات التي اختارتها الجائزة في مجال البيئة واستدامة التنمية عموماً، إلى جانب ما يقوم به برنامج الخليج العربي للتنمية أكفند من تمويل المشاريع التي تعالج إشكالات التصحر والتغير المناخي والشراكات التي يعقدها لذلك، هي إسهامات نوعية تعزز مقاصد مؤتمر كوب 16. وهنا يسعدني توجيه الشكر إلى أعضاء مجلس إدارة أكفند ودول مجلس التعاون الخليجي على رعايتهم للبرنامج في تمكينه من أداء دوره في مجالات التنمية، وهو دعم بدأ منذ مطلع ثمانينيات القرن الماضي من أصحاب الجلالة والسمو قادة دول الخليج العربية، ويستمر إلى اليوم حتى أصبحنا نرى آثار أياديهم البيضاء عبر مشاريع أكفند، والتي قاربت 150 دولة في جميع قارات العالم. الحفل الكريم، يسرنا في هذا المقام أن نشير إلى الإعلان الذي أصدرته مجموعة التنسيق العربية وأكفند أحد أعضائها بتخصيص 10 مليارات دولار بحلول عام 2030 لدعم وتعزيز جهود حماية الأرض ودرء الجفاف والتصحر وتداعيات التغير المناخي. وحثت مجموعة التنسيق المجتمع الدولي لتوحيد الجهود في هذا المجال لزيادة الدعم، خصوصاً في المناطق التي تواجه تحديات أكثر حدة. كما أشادت مجموعة التنسيق بالإيجابية العالية التي تتحلى بها المملكة العربية السعودية تجاه مشكلات التصحر ومهددات الأرض، إلى جانب قيادتها مبادرات مهمة مثل السعودية الخضراء والشرق الأوسط الأخضر، وكلها بمثابة روافع لتعزيز حماية الأرض والحفاظ على التنوع البيئي والبيولوجي ودرء مخاطر التغير المناخي. الحفل الكريم، في هذا المقام أيضاً نجدد تأكيد التعهد المعلن من قبل الجائزة بالالتزام تجاه قضايا استدامة التنمية، وتخصيص كل دورة لموضوع يتناول هدفاً من أهداف التنمية المستدامة. لذا يسعدني أن أعلن أن الموضوع الذي أقرته لجنة الجائزة للدورة 25 هو الحياة تحت الماء، الهدف 14 من أهداف التنمية المستدامة 2030. ختاماً، نجدد التهنئة للفائزين والشكر لأعضاء لجنة جائزة الأمير طلال الدولية على ما يبذلونه من جهود مقدرة للمحافظة على حيادية الجائزة وجودة الأداء فيها في مختلف المراحل. كما نشكر الخبراء الذين شاركونا وقاموا بتحكيم المشاريع، والشكر لكريم حضوركم، ونسأل الله التوفيق والسداد لكل من يعمل لخير الإنسان في كل مكان. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
مبارك لكم سمو الأمير، هذا الزخم من التمكين والتغيير والأثر والتأثير، وبارك الله في جهودكم لخير الإنسان في كل مكان. This is a true embodiment of how one and all can strive to make a difference in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Your Royal Highness. It's really heartwarming to see these initiatives not only make a groundbreaking change, but also inspire hope and motivate others to join the journey towards absolutely a better future. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are setting the floor for the high-level panel discussion, focusing on transformative impact of the global flagship initiative. We will have with us the esteemed moderator, Ms. Fatma Sheikh, She is the General Secretary, Arab Bank of Economic Development in Africa, with her esteemed panelists, Mr. Ibrahim Thiaw, Under-Secretary General and Executive Secretary of the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. And we have also Prof. Michael Krimmer, his Nobel Prize laureate and chair of the Innovative Commission for Climate Change, Food Security and Agriculture. And we also have Mr. Abdullah Dardari. He is UN Assistant Secretary General, UNDP, Assistant Administrator, and Dr. Stephen Schmitz, Executive Director, Crop Trust, and also Dr. Nasser Al-Gahtani, Executive Director of Ag Fund. Please, I want you to join me in welcoming our esteemed moderator, Ms. Fatma Al-Sheikh. Welcome. I pass the mic to you, and the floor is all yours.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Her Majesty Queen Sofia, His Royal Highness Prince Faisal bin Banda, His Royal Highness Prince Abdul Aziz bin Talal bin Abdul Aziz, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. It was heartwarming to look at what the young children presented. There is no option B for our planet. Almost half of the Earth land is being degraded. And this means that around half of the population are affected by what we have enacted on our land. It's a self-inflicted trauma that we have created on our beloved planet. We are all aware of what we need to spend, which is $1.6 trillion over the next 10 years. A valuable resource that could have been used for building schools, hospitals, or generating a new income opportunity for people to move them out of poverty. However, now we need to call upon this amount of finance to actually create a new future for our land. The picture is not that gloomy as we are gathering here, because we are gathering at a very long-standing commitment that spans for the last 50 years almost. We are celebrating a legacy of an award that was created to celebrate a generational legacy. With Ag Fund and Dr. Nasser, from the host itself, from Ag Fund, please. Dr. Nasser, the Executive Director of Ag Fund. I'll join you. Allow me to start with Mr. Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim, this has been a very long journey and a journey of campaigning for a very good cause, a cause that is not for us who are here today, but it's also for the future generation. So if you can reflect to us, how do you feel about the outcome of the COP16, your presence in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and what do you feel? Is it a successful journey so far, and what can we look forward to?
First of all, let me take this opportunity to thank again the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for hosting COP16. This is not only a conference. It is a moment where we are determining the future of our planet. So again, thank you to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for hosting the largest and most likely the most efficient COP organized in the 30 years lifetime of the convention. Small farmers, yes, please.
I think it's a well-deserved round of applause for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
No doubt. As Executive Secretary, I could not have a better host to this convention, to this COP. Small farmers are actually the ones that are providing us with the food we eat tonight. Everything we have on the table is coming from the land. Everything, from the water to the food. Therefore, small farmers are really our pharmacies. They are feeding us. They are providing us with the energy that we need to live on this planet. 500 million families of small farmers feed us. Amongst them, women who do not necessarily own the land, but are providing 80% of the food in developing countries. So this Conference of the Parties is an opportunity for all of us to rethink our relations with nature in order to continue to feed ourselves. I see three possible outcomes that may affect small farmers in this Conference of the Parties. First, decisions that are coming, they are being negotiated at the moment, but there is a fundamental decision that is related to land tenure, and that is likely to have a positive impact on small farmers. Land tenure is a difficult issue to negotiate in any forum of the United Nations, but here we have one. We will have a decision on drought, how drought affects food production and how they affect poor communities from around the world. We will have another decision which is likely to affect small farmers, which is related to gender issues and how small farmers, women farmers, are going to produce food for all of us. The second potential outcome is just the networking. You have 196 countries plus the European Union meeting for 15 days in the same place, interacting, exchanging, and learning from each other. 4,000 civil society organizations, or representatives of civil society organizations are in this Conference of the Parties. 50,000 people were registered just 2 days ago. So it is probably one of the largest networking we have seen on earth related to land and drought. And then the third and final outcome I see is when governments go back home, they need to translate these decisions they have adopted here into national policies so as to implement these activities on the ground. So COP is not a meeting. It is a moment to share. It is a moment to nurture. It is a moment to inspire. And hopefully we will all use this Conference of the Parties and the facilities, wonderful facilities that have been provided to us by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to make this COP a unique one. Thank you.
Thank you, and I join you in congratulating UNCCD for all the efforts, actually, and making this an exceptional gathering. It's rarely that we see the COPs around the planet gather that amount of population. Professor Kramer, allow me to move to ask you about the flagship initiative. So maybe you can tell our guests tonight about what is the flagship initiative and what do you intend to have out of that?
So I'm here on behalf of the Innovation Commission. The Innovation Commission is made up of former heads of state, cabinet ministers, leaders from NGOs and international organizations. Includes Mokhtar Diab, the head of the International Finance Corporation, Ernesto Zedillo, former president of Mexico, and Shamran Abed, executive director of BRAC International. What the Innovation Commission has been doing is we've tried to systematically go through the evidence on a range of different innovations related to desertification and land degradation. We're looking for solutions that have really rigorous evidence of causal impact, typically from randomized controlled trials, not just on the impact of the innovation, but also on cost-effective methods to scale the innovation. And in some cases, they're promising, but we recommend further testing, or we recommend trying to adjust it and further evaluate. In other cases, we recommend that it's relevant to start transitioning to scale. I think this opportunity of having a very rigorous look at the evidence and only going with those with the most solid evidence actually offers the opportunity to influence key decision makers in governments, firms, NGOs, multilateral development banks, and international organizations, and ultimately can reach hundreds of millions of people. So we followed this approach to identify multiple innovations that address the causes and consequences of desertification and land degradation, which could be supported by the flagship. And I'm very excited that AgFund and Bidea are indeed generously supporting these innovations. And I'm sure we'll hear more about that tonight, but it's wonderful to see not just these events, we hear lots of wonderful words, but it's wonderful to see that AgFund and Bidea and other partners are actually moving forward concretely to support these innovations. And I think that will be the first step in actually gathering more support for these and ultimately them reaching hundreds of millions of people.
Indeed, the more the merrier, and I think it requires a lot of partnership to make sure that innovation, the new currency of development. And with that, I'll pass to Dr. Abdullah Dardari. Dr. Abdullah, what can UNDP bring into the table when it comes to supporting small farmers? And what Professor Kramer had mentioned, and also Mr. Ibrahima, about the fact that there is a woman face to the issue of small farmers.
Thank you, Fatma, and it's a great honor and pleasure to be here with you tonight. The small farmers is the group that, as Ibrahim said very correctly, that is feeding us and providing us with our most important production. But it is the group that has no access to finance, has no insurance, has little training, and has little regulations to support it. If you go and buy a car, you have to buy insurance. A small farmer who produces our food has no insurance. And therefore, most of our agricultural production is vulnerable to climate change, to desertification, to other types of shocks, including conflicts and crises, but they are not protected. And if they want to grow their production and productivity, they don't have finance. And even though there are many extension services in developing countries, there's actually little impact on yield and productivity and water sustainability. So small farmers deserve access. What UNDP is doing with AgFund and other institutions is that we will provide insurance through the Takaful Alliance. 100 million farmers in the Arab region and Africa will receive Islamic insurance policies. If there is climate calamity, if there is drought, if they lose their crops, they will be protected. They have a safety net. 1. 2, we are building the green finance platform, which will bring and match between the needs of green financing, mostly for small farmers, because the big projects will find financing. If you want to do a $200 million solar power plant, there is financing. If you want to irrigate better your 1,000 square meter of agricultural land, there is no financing. So this work that we are doing will provide the insurance, will provide the financing, and will provide the technical support to small farmers around the world. The last project I just want to mention tonight, which is part of this work, is the wheat value chain. The wheat value chain is a good look at optimizing each step of the wheat value chain, from the seeds to the water, to the soil, to the harvesting, to the storage, to the transportation, to the food processing, all the cycle. Just to give you an example, if we improve the value chain in Egypt of wheat, we can save $4 billion of wheat imports in Egypt. we can produce in the Arab region all the wheat we need. We will stop importing wheat. And that's all relying on small farmers. So I think our work together with the science, because this is all about science and bringing science to the market and bringing finance to science, this connectivity that we are building together under the supervision of Ibrahim and UNCCD, I think it's our modest contribution to probably the most productive group of humanity, the small farmers.
Thank you, and I think climate change and desertification are not something to penalize the farmers, and intervening across the value chain of the farming is a critical opportunity that we should not miss in the planet. Dr. Schmitz, tell us, Crop Trust as a partner to the flagship initiative, what will you bring to the table, and why do you believe that the flagship initiative is a game changer when it comes to small farmers?
Yeah. Thank you very much, and also let me echo the great thanks from my side to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for hosting this important COP, this desertification COP, and that really tackles one of the key issues we are facing on Earth right now: land degradation, drought, desertification. Until a few minutes ago, you saw here on the back screen this nice icon on SDG 15, Land for Life. This is very closely linked to this other icon on SDG 2, No Hunger, Food for All. These two SDGs are extremely closely related, and I think the flagship initiative addresses exactly the link between those two SDGs. This initiative is an excellent opportunity. It is timely, it's necessary, and it's an excellent opportunity. It's overdue in a way. It aims and it will transform our food systems to become more resilient, more productive, more diverse, and more nutritious, and helps lifting millions of smallholder farmers out of poverty. I would absolutely agree with my previous speaker that in particular smallholders, they require access to water and access to land, and land that is not degraded, land that is fertile. And they need knowledge, so all kind of knowledge. They need access to all kinds of input, to credits, to finance, and this is a particular lack for smallholder farmers, and inputs, and in particular improved seeds. I would like to point to this point of improved seeds, and improved seeds really can make a difference. They need them all. If they want to use improved seeds, they need access to credit. They need to pay for that. And to make the best out of improved seeds, they need a fertile ground. So we need this holistic approach. But the flagship, I think, is all about diversity. Diversity as a key principle in our food system. Diversify our systems. Currently, we rely mainly on three major staple crops on Earth. Wheat, maize, rice account for more than 50% of the arable land cover and for more than 2/3 of the calorie intake on Earth. It's great we have those three major crops, but there are so many other crops, so many opportunities. Crops, they are underused. Let's turn those orphan crops into opportunity crops. Let's conserve all those genetic resources in gene banks and make it available for farmers and make it available for breeders and researchers so that they can come up with improved seeds that are better adapted to changing climate, to higher temperature, to drought, to new pests and diseases that are more nutritious, and so on. Yeah, and these are the key issues. And the last point, the third point, is it's all about cooperation. And the flagship is a key example. It is all about cooperation. It's about diversity and it's about cooperation. Cooperation between public and private sector, cooperation along the food value chains, and cooperation with all the actors around, with donors and with beneficiaries and all. The Crop Trust stands for bringing in this diversity perspective, and we are pleased to take the task of serving as a secretariat of this initiative, bringing everybody together, bringing to we see ourselves as an active and agile moderator of this process. We want to make sure that there is openness, transparency, accountability, monitoring of results, and communication and visibility. And I think together we really can make a difference. We must make a difference so that we realize land for life on Earth for everybody, productive land, and food for all that is healthy and nutritious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I think it's really important what you're reflecting on in terms of the crops and crop trust. Dr. Nasser, I think everybody hammered the point of the small farmers. You are our host today with Ag Fund, and we know that Ag Fund, as part of the ACG group, has a long journey in terms of supporting access to finance, financial inclusion, but beyond that. So I would want you to reflect, being our host today, on the Small Farmers Initiative, and what is the new area that you want to highlight in the flagship initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this important question. A small farmer, we always look at an Ag Fund as the engine to produce food security all the time. And when we have the meeting in June, we discuss, particularly when we look at land degradation and droughts, and we look at how the achievement of the SDG, we found ourselves just achieving almost 15%. And when we look at what is the reason behind this, we find out that localization, wake of localization, and coordination among partners is not there. The private sector is not there. So we look at the small farmer as a champion. When we discuss this for the small farmer, because small farmer is produce almost 70% of the food we eat is coming from small farmer. How can we not include the small farmer, as Dr. Abdullah said, in the financial inclusion? They have no access to microfinance. When we started doing it in the Arab region, Yemen and Sudan, we started doing just small loan that make a lot of change for small farmer, but we find out that small farmer just need credit, they need insurance. And when we find out at the end that they are facing big problem when it comes to seed, by the way, because some poor people, when they get seed with a disease, imagine if it's not seed certified. So with the flagship, we look at small farmer is the solution. Small farmer is the champion. If we include them in financial system, if we educate them, if we even anticipate, the risk, from land degradation, climate change, and the drought, and this is almost today is available. Imagine today, while we're talking, that small farmer in Sudan have access in our bank and weather index, insurance. And this is help the small farmer when we introduce microfinance and insurance and dried seed, their yield is increased 5 times. And imagine if that small farmer is not even getting 15% of the price of the, the vegetable or fruit in the market. So we need to link them with the supply chain. We need to be fair when we deal with that's why partner with the, for the global partnership initiative, we are committed to increase our, fund to help the small farmer, help us to, being educated enough to help us for land degradation as well as for food security.
Thank you, and allow me, our esteemed guests tonight, just to do a quick round of a question with you. We know that the winners are going to leave this place with their awards, but I wanted you to give one message to our guests today that are here with us celebrating this great event. If you can send them back home with a key message, one message that is very brief that they will remember when we gather, hopefully, in the next event to look at what we've done to the planet. Mr. Ibrahima, I'll start with you.
My message to all winners is to use this as a source of inspiration and to inspire others, because the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe are all coming to land. So it is therefore important that we conserve land, and Goal 15, land is absolutely critical to all SDGs. So it is not an isolated goal. So my message really to all and to everybody and to the winners is to say, please continue and please continue to inspire, because what you are doing is inspiring, and we really congratulate you all.
Professor Kramer.
I think my message to the winners would be, as any one organization, you can have a certain amount of impact, but you can potentially multiply that impact if you carefully evaluate and measure the impact of the approaches that you use, and then try to make those available to other people. And I'll just give an example of that from an area that I've been studying. There were some small programs that provided weather information to farmers digitally. There were some individual studies. Some of the organizations doing this arranged for high-quality studies to be done on this. They didn't know what the results would be. Sometimes the results are going to be positive, sometimes they'll be negative. Things need to be adjusted. Sometimes you'd find you're not succeeding and you need to improve. That's actually good. It's not bad. The important thing is to learn from that. But sometimes you find that they're successful. And these weather delivery programs were successful. Well, with that evidence, the government of India, some of these programs were in India, the government of India extended that, and in part we helped advise them through the Innovation Commission. They scaled that up to reach 9 million farmers, much larger than what any small NGO could do on their own. And now that the Asian Development Bank has seen the results of that, the Asian Development Bank in Baku a few weeks ago recently pledged $300 million to help scale up this weather forecasting approach. The Inter-American Development Bank has pledged $280 million for weather forecasting and soil information to farmers. This can potentially lead to much, much bigger impact. That's a long journey, but I think it's one that is worth pursuing.
Thank you. Dr. Schmitz, in 1 minute.
There is no resilience, no productivity growth, no sustainability without diversity. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Let's use the diversity of crops to create better food systems. Let's use the diversity of trees and shrubs, plant them to come up with more diverse, greener landscapes that fight land degradation, stops desertification, holds more water that again serves the agriculture, so let's create this regenerative circle and let's this way bring life on earth and food for all together.
Thank you. Dr. Nasser?
I would say science and technology to have an innovation for financial inclusion. Because a lot of people talk now about financial inclusion, we include people. And there is a lot of advanced technology to be used. But the problem, we are not designing, the financial system is not designing financial product and financial services to help the small farmer in a way to help us for land aggregation, because this is the only way to empower small farmer and help us for land aggregation and drought, which is definitely when we do this, that will be a positive impact for biodiversity, which will be helping us to reduce the climate change. So the solution is the small farmer, but we have to include them in the financial system, and the financial system got to be accessible, affordable, and sustainable. Without this, it cannot fly.
Thank you, Dr. Nasser. Dr. Abdullah, please.
If I have something to say to the winners today, I say, please remember this is happening in Saudi Arabia. This country, it is the country that lifted the question of desertification to become the connector between the three conferences of the parties: the climate change, the biodiversity, and in the middle, the connector is land. So therefore, wherever you are around the world, whether you are in an Amazonian forest or in an African steppe or in an Asian desert, remember, this is happening because of Saudi Arabia, and we should be grateful for that eternally.
And we join you. Option A is the only option we have. We have to protect the planet. We have to make sure that there is financial inclusion for the farmers. We have to make sure that innovation and technology serves humanity. أصحاب السمو، المعالي والسعادة، الحضور الكريم من أرض العزة والكرامة، من المملكة، من مهبط الوحي، ومن أرض التكليف بعمارة الأرض، إلى أن نلتقي مجدداً ومن نجاحات أخرى لبرنامج الخليج العربي أكفن. دمتم في أمان الله وشكراً جزيلاً.
This moment has been immortalized in the history of international awards.
لأول مرة تقدم هذه الجوائز في مقر الأوروبي للأمم المتحدة في جنيف. أعتقد أنها هذه من أهم المناسبات التي أنا حضرتها في أوروبا أو في الغرب عموما لتحريك أمرا عربيا خاص بالتنمية في دولة أوروبية. أعتقد أنها مناسبة جيدة.
إنني أعتبر جائزة سمو الأمير طلال بن عبد العزيز حدثاً هاماً جداً في حياة الأمم المتحدة.
Marking a significant step in a long journey to provide the world with tools to explore successful development projects, honor them, and promote innovative ideas. In 1999, the initial launch of the Prince Talal International Prize for Human Development shifted the focus toward investing in people and supporting the key pillars of human development for sustainability. Today, we reflect on our efforts, successes, and aspirations for the future of humanity, concerns championed by the prize's founder from the very beginning.
الإنسان هو الإنسان بكل مكان حيث وجد.
To advance human development concepts, replicate successful project experiences, improve living conditions for underserved communities, and find innovative solutions. The Arab Gulf Program for Development, AG Fund, launched the prize in 1999. This initiative embodies AG Fund commitment to developmental work and sustainability through investment in human beings. Initially valued at $300,000 and distributed across 3 categories, the prize's total value increased to $500,000 in 2009, with the addition of a 4th category for public agency projects. In 2017, during its 18th meeting, the prize committee aligned its themes with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2030, doubling the prize value to $1 million and changing its name to the Prince Talal International Prize for Human Development.
As you all know, this prestigious prize has become a mechanism to identify and reward successful human development projects, with special emphasis on the vulnerable groups, particularly women and children in developing countries.
الحقيقة الكل يذكر شخصية اسمها أمير طلال. الحقيقة كان شخص غير عادي، يعني كان رجل عالمي بكل ما في هذه الكلمة من معنى.
Prince Talal has been an exceptional human being. He's a wonderful person, and he had a vision to change the life of the poor people. He always felt very close to the life of the poor people.
Prince Talal's ideas were in many ways revolutionary. He could see very far ahead of time.
This change honors Prince Talal's humanitarian efforts and lifelong commitment to combating poverty. Over the years, the prize has continued to support winning projects, fostering innovation and encouraging human development. Its objectives have remained clear: to bring hope to marginalized communities. The prize is essential aspects of human life worldwide, including access to water, poverty alleviation, quality education, childhood and women's development, agricultural progress, and food security, life below water, and climate action. In its 25 years, the prize has awarded over $13 million to 87 winning projects globally. During this time, more than 2,000 projects have been nominated for consideration. 25 years. This is just the beginning. A journey initiated by the late Prince Talal bin Abdulaziz, now continued by Prince Abdulaziz bin Talal. Together, they pursue a path with clear goals: to support and develop humanity and innovate solutions for a better future. Steps that culminate in transformative change for communities around the world.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're enjoying your dinner. But we gotta commence back our ceremony. What we just saw was the power of collective efforts, groundbreaking ideas, and definitely bold visions. Thank you all for an insightful session. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we carry on celebrating some truly inspiring projects that focused on life on land, part of the 15th goal of the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. These initiatives are making a real difference in our world, protecting ecosystem and promoting biodiversity. We celebrated their remarkable achievements and their contributions as well to improving the quality of life for communities while safeguarding our planet natural resources. Let's watch this video and highlight their incredible achievements.
Amazonia was born, a multi-stakeholder initiative that integrates sustainable production, forest conservation, and community well-being. With the support of the Green Climate Fund and the Global Environment Facility, and led by the UNDP together with the Ecuadorian Ministries of Environment, Water and Ecological Transition, and Agriculture and Livestock, it has benefited 67,000 families and preserved 800,000 hectares of Amazon rainforest.
Our journey continues, driven by the work that lies ahead. With this excellent recognition of Talal Award, Pro Amazonia will redouble its support to SUAR Indigenous Association, Sevilla Don Bosco, the main beneficiary of the prize, with a focus on, first, revitalizing the Nuncuy community market, empowering women and their families, benefiting this way over 2,600 people. Second, transitioning to the deforestation-free production by implementing field schools that promote sustainable agriculture and cattle ranching practices. And third, restoring and conserving sacred areas in order to protect watersheds and native plants. All of these actions aim to protect and empower the culture of traditional knowledge of indigenous people, nationalities, and local communities here in Ecuador. Together, we continue to transform lives and protect the hotspot of cultural and natural diversity. Together, we can all be part of protection of the Amazon, our global home.
Sacred Valley, located in the Peruvian Andes, is a natural and cultural treasure. However, our communities face a serious challenge: the degradation of our native forests due to wildfires, overgrazing, and logging. This challenge is also an opportunity to restore biodiversity, an opportunity to create natural water storage and flood mitigation, an opportunity to fight climate change through carbon capture, and a chance to better the lives of the people that depend on these ecosystems.
Hi, my name is Ana. I am the coordinator of Valle Sagrado Verde. On 2020, we launched Valle Sagrado Verde with the mission to restore and conserve our natural areas. Our work focuses on 3 pillars. The first one is fire prevention. We form community brigades that spread best practice and respond quickly to fire threats. The second one is natural regeneration. We implement techniques that support the regrowth of native species, fire prevention, and restore biodiversity. And finally, we do reforestation. We plant native trees in areas affected by human activity.
The results have been remarkable. In the last 5 years, we have prevented dozens of forest fires, planted nearly 100,000 trees, and worked on restoring critical areas in 27 communities. Thanks to the support of local businesses and now the Prince Talal Award, we are working with Andean farmers to restore our natural environment and at the same time improve our quality of life.
نتيجة للتغيرات المناخية والتي زاد من تأثيرها للأسف على السكان ندرة المياه الجوفية وصعوبة استغلالها أيضا، مما أدى لهجرة السكان طبعا نحو المناطق الحضرية. انتهج قطاع الزراعة بواسطة مشروع تطوير وتنمية الواحات خطة متكاملة لتنمية هذه المناطق. هذه الخطة تعتمد أساسا على إنشاء وحدات إنتاجية دائمة، طبعا تعتمد على استغلال المياه الجوفية والمياه السطحية الغير مستغلة وترشيد استغلالها، وذلك بحفر الآبار الارتوازية. وفي هذا الإطار تم إقامة 76 وحدة إنتاجية، ذلك بعد حفر وتجهيز 252 بئر أنبوبي جوفي، وطبعا تم تجهيزها بمضخات تعمل بالطاقة الشمسية لصالح أكثر من 6000 أسرة، عبر مقاربة مكنت من ولوج بعض المستفيدين لأول مرة لامتلاك النخيل، عبر استغلال المياه السطحية أيضا، وذلك بإقامة 43 حاجز صخري لتغذية البحيرات السطحية والبحيرات الجوفية بمناطق الإنتاج. وللرفع من تنافسية المنتوج بهذه المناطق بادر المشروع إلى إقامة مختبر التقنيات الحيوية لتوفير الوسائل الجيدة ولمعالجة أمراض النخيل، عن طريق أيضا إنشاء لأول مرة وحدة الحفظ وتعليب التمور بأطار اللي سعتها حاليا 1000 طن، والهدف منها تثمين المنتوج الوطني المادي.
Hello everyone, I'm Salah Asadi from Palestine Gaza Strip, Blue Filter founder and owner. I'm truly honored and deeply grateful to receive the 4th category prize of the Prince Talal International Prize for Human Development 2023 for my project Blue Filter. This award recognizing our efforts for Sustainable Development Goal 15 is a significant milestone for us. The Blue Filter project utilizes treated plant seeds to create an innovative water purification system that removes 90% of nitrate and other contaminants without chemical additives or energy. By providing a sustainable and accessible solution for clean water, it supports healthier ecosystems and the well-being of the communities globally. This aligns with Goal 15 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which focuses on preserving terrestrial ecosystems and biodiversity by reducing pollutants and promoting sustainable management of natural resources. The Blue Filter provides farmers and their families with clean water for irrigation, alongside training and consultation to enhance agricultural practices. The program also integrates them into the market, improving their livelihoods and supporting a sustainable agricultural economy. This prestigious prize will greatly benefit our project. It will help us protect and restore land ecosystems by providing clean and safe water to more communities. This support will allow us to expand our reach, improve our technology, and promote sustainable practices that benefit biodiversity and soil health.
Incredible people making incredible change. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to the stage, and sorry for interrupting your dinner, Her Majesty Queen Sofia. Es un gran honor tenerla hoy con nuestras. Bienvenido, Su Majestad. I hope I pronounced that right in Spanish. Please join us on stage, Your Majesty, alongside with His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz ibn Talal ibn Abdulaziz Al Saud and His Excellency Nasser Al Qahtani. recognition, reflection, inspiration, and absolutely celebration. It is worth mentioning that our winners today were announced on the World's Environment Day on the 5th of June. And today, we honor them on the sidelines of UNCCD COP16 taking place in the vibrant capital, Riyadh. Now we welcome Her Majesty Queen Sofia and His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz ibn Talal ibn Abdulaziz Al Saud alongside Dr. Nasser Al Qahtani. Thank you, Your Majesty, for gracing our stage. And now I would like to welcome His Excellency Engineer Mazen Ghanem, Ambassador of the State of Palestine in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, to receive the trophy on behalf of Mr. Salah Al-Sadi, the 4th category winner on his project Blue Filter, which was implemented in Palestine. Please join us on stage. We're now being joined by His Excellency Engineer Mazen Ghanem to the stage to receive the 4th category winner on the project Blue Filter, which was implemented in Palestine. Congratulations. Thank you. Next, let's welcome Mr. Mamidou Kenyan Ministry of Agriculture. Welcome to the stage. This is our 3rd category prize, ladies and gentlemen. Just to remind you, it's titled Oasis Development Project, implemented in Mauritania by Mauritanian Ministry of Agriculture. Congratulations and thank you. Next, let's welcome Mr. Joaquin Weeks to receive the 2nd category prize for a project titled Valley Sagrado Verde that was implemented in Peru by Asociación de Servicio Ecosistémico Ciperu. Welcome to the stage. This is for the 2nd category prize. Ladies and gentlemen, Valley Sagrado Verde. Congratulations. And next, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome His Excellency Mr. Marcos Nito to receive the award of the 1st category prize for the project Pro Amazonia. Pro Amazonia is a sustainable development of Ecuadorian Amazon integrated management of landscapes of multiple use and high value conservation forest that was implemented in Ecuador by the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, Ecuador. Congratulations. This is the 1st category prize. This is definitely a night of celebration, reflection. Thank you. Thank you so much, Your Majesty Queen Sofia, for gracing our stage. And we will now commence the agreements. And before that, a group photo for all the representatives, please. Yes. A group photo, and please a big round of applause. ACFON board members, would you join us please on stage to make this group photo a complete one? It's a great pleasure having you all with us today. You're more than welcome to grace our stage. What a momentum. A moment worth celebrating and cherishing, absolutely. We just celebrated the 4 winners, 4 categories from around the world. Thank you. Thank you, Royal Highness. Absolutely. It's an honor. Absolutely. The stage is yours, Your Majesty, and we're really pleased to have you with us today. And now the mic and the stage, all yours. Please, a round of applause for Her Majesty, Queen Sophia.
I would like to congratulate all the winners of this prize, and I would like to thank His Royal Highness for this fantastic having us here tonight, and we'll enjoy very much. And you can count on me for the next time, anytime. I'm always there for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. There was a moment to celebrate. Absolutely. Your Majesty, thank you. Your Royal Highness, Prince Abdulaziz bin Talal bin Abdulaziz, if you wouldn't mind, we will now commence the agreements. As we mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, this is a moment of recognition, reflection, celebration, and definitely inspiration. We announced the winners on the World Environment Day on the 5th of June, and today, as you can see, we celebrated them, honored them on the sidelines of UNCCD COP16 taking place here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now we're joined by His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Talal bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and would like to ask Dr. Nasser Gahtani to join us on stage. We will start with the first agreement, and we also want to welcome Prof. Michael Kremer to join us on stage for the first agreement. Prof. Michael, please join us. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. To start with the agreement, the first one, Innovation Commission for Climate Change, Food Security and Agriculture. This project, expanding innovation in farmers' adaptation to land degradation and climate change, and the project aims to continuing enhancing innovations in agriculture to address the challenges of climate change and food security, Congratulations. Thank you, Prof. Michael. Now I would like to welcome Prof. Ibrahim al-Dakhiri for the second agreement to join His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Talal bin Abdulaziz Al Saud on stage. Prof. Ibrahim, welcome to the stage. Hello, great having you with us, Prof. And now for the second agreement, ladies and gentlemen, the Arab Organization for Agricultural Development. This project agreement is to trade enhancement in the Arab region for development of strategic crops, agribusiness, and value. Yemen, Lebanon, and Syria. Yemen, Lebanon, and Syria. The project aims at contributing to the efficiency of Arab regional food security. Congratulations, Prof. Ibrahim. Next, would like to welcome Dr. Nasser Al-Gahtani to join us on stage. And we welcome back also Prof. Michael Krimmer to the stage and thank Dr. Ibrahim. And also welcome Dr. Sidi Waldita to join us on stage as we announce two agreements. The fourth and third agreement. The institution is for Innovation Commission for Climate Change, Food Security, and Agriculture. This agreement focuses on large-scale rainwater harvesting, rainwater impact assessment to be implemented in Niger. The project aims to adapting technologies for rainwater harvesting, training, and the use of remote sensing technology. Congratulations, and it's worth mentioning that this is the second support granted by Ag Fund for the same project. Second, we do have the fourth agreement, Innovation Commission for Climate Change, Food Security, and Agri-aims at integrating digital technologies to facilitate long-term sustainability. Waldita and absolutely Prof. Michael, and welcome Dr. Abeid Al-Zaabi. Dr. Abeid, please join us on stage as we commence now Agreement 5, last agreement of the day. Absolutely. This agreement, ladies and gentlemen, for Arab Authority for Agricultural Investment and Development, supporting the resilience of smallholder farmers to be implemented in Sudan. Congratulations. Thank you, Your Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Talal bin Abdulaziz Al Saud and Dr. Nasser. One question. Tonight, we extend an invitation to you all. How can we collectively continue this journey? In closing, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage each one of you to think about the remarkable initiatives that contribute to life below water as we prepare for the 2024 prize, as His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz mentioned in his speech. Remember, the deadline for nominations is January 15th, so please don't miss the chance to highlight the efforts that inspires us all. Let us leave tonight inspired to foster a future where every initiative contributes to the flourishing of our planet and its people. Thank you all for being with us today. You are a remarkably interesting crowd of people, and it was my great pleasure to host this event. My name is Wiam Al-Dakhil. I'm a Saudi journalist and TV presenter, and it's my great pleasure again to host this auspicious gathering. Thank you so much. Enjoy your dinner. And let's continue to inspire, aspire, and cherish, and make this world a better place. As MLS students said, there is no planet B. The time is now. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.